Hey, how's it going, guys? DeAndre Jones here, back at with another video. Today's video we're going over the dive Kong. This is the second part of the little Kong series that I'm making. So if you haven't mastered the Kong and you want to get the Kong really fast, definitely check out the video. I'll put an annotation somewhere and I'll definitely put a link down in the description. So once you get that down, then we're ready to tackle the next step, which is the dive Kong. Now the dive Kong is whenever you're going, think of like a long picnic table or a really big obstacle where you can't Kong just the beginning of it and clear like the rest of the obstacle. You gotta actually dive to the other end of the obstacle, whatever you're doing it on, and Kong out. It's one of the more efficient ways of getting over obstacles really quickly that are long. And I'm gonna show you using these two ball boxes. It's gonna be important that you find something that's small enough that you can actively dive and reach for without it being too uncomfortable. So definitely go out and try to find something, whether it be a picnic table or like some type of really big concrete block or whatever. Definitely go out, try to find something that's manageable, and then from there you can start working this movement. Now there's a couple things that are really important about the dive Kong. One is the amount of power you're putting into it. You're going to put a lot more power into your takeoff than the usual Kong, and that's something that you're definitely going to have to get used to and definitely going to have to adjust to. Whenever you're blocking and you're doing your split leg takeoff, it's going to be important that you block really hard and get your hips up in the air. It's not going to be just like the regular Kong, where you do like a little block, get your hips up. No, it's going to be super important that you use your legs to both launch you forward and to get your hips up as high as possible. Okay, so you can see like whenever I go into the split leg takeoff that my back leg is actually lifting up and then my lead leg is following behind it together as I go into the dive Kong position. Now another common error that a lot of people have is that whenever they're going for the dive Kong, they go straight and they don't go up, okay? You don't actually want to go straight at an object because you risk clipping your knee on the start of the surface wherever you did the takeoff from. Instead, you want to lift your chest up and kind of go into like a rainbow. So the best thing to set up is whenever you set up your arms for the takeoff, on that split leg takeoff, that you swing them down and you swing them up in the air, okay? You want to swing them like pretty much like you're trying to go over the thing. So you don't want to reach for the obstacle here, you want to reach it from up here. You're going to allow, what it's going to do is it's going to allow all of your run to give you the distance, and your arms are just going to set you up so that you're launching and you're not clipping your knee or anything like that, and you got plenty of height whenever you go into the landing of the Kong. Now the last thing I want to talk about is the landing, okay? So you're in the air, you're coming down, and you want to set up into the Kong again. So it's going to be really important that you have very strong arms and a very tight core, because you're going to block off the obstacle, and that's going to take you from the diving position into the Kong position. So you're going to block really hard off of the landing surface whenever your hands make contact at the end to set your chest up and your hips in so you can go into the Kong and then land it, okay? So very simple steps. Step one, get used to running really fast and blocking it hard into a Kong. Use this back leg to pick you up, set you over the first obstacle. The next step, use your shoulders and your arms to set you up instead of diving out for it. You're going to try to go upward, make a rainbow into the Kong. And the third and final step is to actually block really hard, really hard. I can't stress that enough, because a lot of people, they'll hit the Kong and then they'll just like collapse and then they'll kind of just fall. So you want to make sure that you're blocking really hard so you can set yourself into that Kong. And as you're going down into the Kong, you're going to block. It'll allow you to bring your knees in and allow your feet to hit the ground and not your face to hit the ground. But hope you enjoyed this video. Next one's going to definitely be a lot more in depth. The dive Kong is pretty simple. You just got to find something that's small and slowly work your way out. You'll be able to figure it out over time. You could even use dive rolls to help you out if you want to. But in the next video, we're going to go over how to get more Kong distance, setting up for Kong pre's, and that's going to be a little bit more in depth. So definitely get the Kong down and get the dive Kong before we go into the next one, because we're going to kind of utilize the two different tutorials and mesh them together so we can start working the Kong precision. But until next time, train hard, be safe. Catch you later. Peace. Yo, I'm back. Just another reminder to check out the links in the description if you would like more tips and tricks on how to do the Kong and more vaults and just more movements that have to do with parkour. See you guys next week. Train hard, be safe. Deuces.